lack of efficiency. Kobe Bryant was undoubtedly one of the most talented players in NBA history. However, his career field goal percentage of 44.7% was not up to par with his other achievements. While he was an incredible scorer, he often had to take difficult shots to make up for his lack of efficiency. This meant that his team's overall offensive efficiency suffered as a result.
What up, what up, what up? It's your boy, back again. Marlo knows basketball and Marlo knows boxing. Back at y'all with another one. I gotta talk to the Kobe haters today, man. Because it's just getting out of control, man. It's getting out of control. It's been out of control for the better part of his career. Like I said, I'm going to say this a bunch of times during this video. Kobe is the most hated athlete probably all time. Either him or Floyd Mayweather. Kobe Bryant and Floyd Mayweather are the two most hated athletes of all time. The biggest lie that Kobe haters always try to throw out there is he was inefficient. He was an inefficient ball hog. He was just a shot chucker that just missed almost every single shot. You listening to them, you would think that Kobe was the most inefficient player of all time. But when you actually look at the numbers, he's not inefficient. If you're going to call him inefficient, how come nobody ever calls Tim Duncan efficient? Tim Duncan is actually considered an efficient player. He's considered an efficient player, but Kobe's considered inefficient. And when I see people throw this hating lie out there, the biggest thing that they point to is field goal percentage. They say, oh, well, Kobe only shot 44% from the field. And then when they talk about Tim Duncan, they say he was efficient. He was a great efficient player because he shot 50% from the field. But field goal percentage does not tell you who's more efficient. It doesn't at all. Field goal percentage is actually useless when talking about who's an efficient scorer. In my opinion, field goal percentage shouldn't even be acknowledged at all because it's a completely useless stat. And I'll tell you why. Anyone who tells you that field goal percentage equals efficiency is a casual, and they don't know nothing about basketball at all. Field goal percentage does not equal efficiency. Field goal percentage doesn't equal anything, to be honest. If you take two players and player A takes 10 shots and goes 5 for 10 from the field, but only takes 2 pointers, only shoots shots inside the 3-point line. He scores 10 points on 10 shots. He scored 10 points and he took 10 shots to get it. Now the next player, player B, he takes 9 shots and only makes 4 of them. He goes 4 for 9 from the field. He scores 12 points on 9 shots if he takes all threes. But player A, who just took 10 shots and made 5 of them, is 50% from the field, but he only scored 10 points. Player B was 4 for 9 from the field, which is 44% from the field, but he took all threes. So now that's 12 points on 9 shots. Player A scored on 50% field goal shooting percentage. But it took him more shots to get less points than player B, who just scored 12 points on only 9 attempts from the field. So who's more efficient? The definition of efficiency is achieving maximum productivity with minimum wasted effort or expense. So taking less shots to score more points is more efficient than taking more shots to score less points, no matter what the field goal percentage is. So field goal percentage is not measuring that. Obviously, it's inaccurate. So how do we measure efficiency? The only way to measure efficiency is true shooting percentage. True shooting percentage takes into account that a 3 is more valuable than a 2, and it also takes into account that free throws actually put points on the board. When you're a volume scorer, about 30% of your points are going to come from the free throw line. So how accurate and productive are you when you go to the free throw line? That counts. It's putting points on the board. Points are what decide the game. So now where does that leave us? Tim Duncan is efficient, but Kobe Bryant is inefficient? Well, surprise, surprise. Tim Duncan and Kobe Bryant have basically identical true shooting percentages. Their efficiency is basically the same. And I would argue that based on volume, Kobe is more efficient than Tim Duncan. Kobe averaged 25 points a game to Tim Duncan's 19 points a game. So Kobe Bryant's giving you 6 more points a game on the same efficiency as Tim Duncan. But nobody ever calls Tim Duncan inefficient. But they call Kobe inefficient. He's an inefficient ball hog. This is the biggest lie that haters try to spread. And we're not going to let that ride. Another player that's never called inefficient, that was considered efficient during Kobe's playing time, was Kevin Garnett. Kevin Garnett has a lower efficiency than Kobe. But he's never called inefficient. Kobe also averaged more points than him. Kobe was more efficient than Kevin Garnett and Tim Duncan. But Kobe's the one that's being called inefficient. And Kevin Garnett and Tim Duncan get to be labeled efficient. Why are people spreading lies? Why can't they... Why is Kobe so hated? I just don't understand it. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Michael Jordan himself, the GOAT, Michael Jordan, had a true shooting percentage of 56%. Only 1% higher than Kobe's. Kobe's 55, Michael Jordan's 56. So if you're going to call Kobe Bryant an inefficient ball hog, you would have to do the same thing with Michael Jordan. It's only a difference in efficiency of 1%. But nobody ever calls Michael Jordan inefficient either. Like, what is it about Kobe that makes people just want to hate on him? I just don't. Even in death, even after he died, his haters they want to spread lies and just hate on Kobe. And I just don't understand it. Kobe Bryant is a top 2 most hated athlete of all time. I would say the most hated athlete of all time, but I have to take that back. I don't know if he's the most hated athlete of all time, but I know it's between 2 people. The most hated athlete of all time is either Kobe Bryant or Floyd Mayweather. It doesn't matter how many championships you win. You could win 5 championships and be 15 times All-NBA, 11 times All-NBA first team, 12 times All-NBA defense, 9 times All-NBA first team defense. You can be a 50-0 fighter. You can beat 18 world champions, and people are always going to try to discredit you because they hate. The internet and social media has become the most toxic place ever because it gives everybody a voice. So all the haters actually can say and have a word and say what they feel. And at that point, a lot of times the most successful people just get hated on. Just like Jay-Z, Kobe Bryant is one of the most successful basketball players ever. I got him in my top 3. And I got Jay-Z in my top 3 rappers. But people don't want to actually look at the numbers. They want to try to create a narrative to discredit people. And it's completely disgusting, man. It's completely disgusting to have to make up lies to create a narrative and call somebody inefficient or say somebody wasn't a great rapper when you got Jay-Z with multiple classic albums and Kobe Bryant with a resume that is only topped by Michael Jordan. But hey, man, like a lot of people have said, if you don't have a lot of haters, then you doing something wrong. If there's not a lot of people hating on you, then you really not that successful, I guess. And Jay-Z, Kobe Bryant, and Floyd Mayweather proved that.
I had to beat that motherfucker like that, though. You know, I had to beat that boy like that.
No, they said the boy was built for this. I said, well, put him in front of me, let me see. They said the boy was built for this. I said, okay, we'll see.
Hey,
You know, experienced player Major Key.
I had my